Afternoon. I'm Jesse Morgan. Today I will be talking about annual bluegrass, scientific name Poa annua. Some background. Some other common names include patchgrass and poa. Annual bluegrass is a non-native species to the U.S. It has been naturalized because some people see it as a desirable grass. It is native to southern Europe. It's a winter annual grass, meaning it germinates late summer or early fall and dies early to midsummer. Um, it's commonly found in commercial turf grass, small gardens, decorative plants. It can get pretty much anywhere. It can be a problem when found on golf courses and sidewalks because it does a very good job of reseeding itself. And its roots can cause some issues, uprooting other native plants or cultivated varieties and fracking sidewalks. Some more background. Annual bluegrass is a hybrid of Poa sutna and Poa infirma. They naturally hybridized during an ice age about 25 million years ago. Excuse me. Since its conception in southern Europe, it has been introduced to over 80 countries, including Antarctica, Australia, Northern Africa, Northern Asia, as well as North and South America. The word poa comes from a Greek word used for pasture grass. So this is traditionally what some Greek and Roman shepherds used to uh, pasture their goats and sheep on. Um, Pilgrims brought these seeds to America around the 16th century and used them to replant their fields after an unsuccessful harvest. Its habitat includes all regions of the U.S. It particularly thrives in areas with disturbed soil, like sidewalks, as I mentioned earlier. Construction sites are also a pretty good habitat for annual bluegrass. It's a major concern in the Northwest corridor of the United States, running from Northern California all the way up to Washington. Um, it likes to thrive in moist, chilly areas, which the Northwest corridor is pretty moist and pretty chilly. The best growing season is late fall and early spring when temperatures range between 60 and 70 degrees Fahrenheit. The life cycle, as you can see here, this is a little seedling. The mature plant grows in bunches, but the flower cluster right here on the left side of the dot, um, you can see it's pyramidal in shape. Um, those are immature seeds, so they're still green. Mature seeds are brown in color or a light black almost. And germination happens as soon as the soil temperature drops down below about 70 degrees and it continues all the way through the winter. Uh, as soon as the plant germinates, the growth cycle jumps into like full swing. We're talking fast, fast, fast until the plant is mature by late fall or early winter. It flowers in the spring. The seed head from each plant can produce upwards of 100 seeds that will lay dormant throughout the summer. The only way to um, kill the seeds is to use a preventative herbicide, um, or pre-emergence herbicide rather. The plants will start to die off as soon as the temperature passes 70, 75 degrees. Annual bluegrass is a monocot. It has a bright green, smooth, boat-shaped leaf. The stem is light green, as you saw in the pictures before. Um, the stem is slightly bent at the base and it's flat, almost like you took a straw and squished it. It's bent at the base, so the excuse me. So the top of the plant doesn't interfere with the lower leaves, allowing it to achieve full sunlight. It grows via shallow matting roots. The roots are pretty hard to get up if you're trying to remove them manually. Usually you have to dig them up along with a piece of dirt. It grows in clumps similar to smut grass, but instead of being tall like smut grass is, it stays low to the ground. The seed head, when mature, is a pyramid shape with several brown seeds on each of the individual sprigs. This plant lacks rhizomes. Its cousin, Kentucky bluegrass, does have rhizomes. So this is one of the uh, identifying characteristics that you really have to pay attention to. Impact. All areas of the United States are affected by this plant. Some of the pros associated with this plant is its ability to thrive in cool temperatures, its ability to tolerate low mowing heights. That attracts some people because they don't have to mow their yards as often. Its ability to quickly establish itself in bare areas. There comes the construction sites again. It can help keep dust down in construction sites, and um, the only problem with it is it is hard to remove afterwards. Um, it can act as a medium quality forage for livestock, and it grows very dense. Some of the cons associated with this weed or plant are related to its invasive nature, including its ability to take over a lawn and starve out native grasses. Its ability to do the same in gardens. It will take over a garden and it will kill any low hanging fruit, plants lower to the ground, squash, watermelon, strawberries, especially. It is very difficult to control because of its ability to develop tolerances or a resistance to certain herbicides. You can control this plant by mechanical and chemical processes. However, the best practice to control this plant is keeping a healthy lawn so your other turf grasses that you don't want it competing with can compete with the plant itself. Um, the best chemical process to control this plant is to apply pre-emergence herbicides, as I mentioned earlier, to the lawns, fields, wherever you don't want this plant at. You need to spray some pre-emergence herbicides. The best mechanical process is pretty intensive, but it works well. Is by removing young plants before they develop a seed head. So you're looking at the the young plant, just barely a sprig of grass. You need to get that up before it develops a seed head. Here are my references. I used LSU Ag Center and Clemson. They were great resources. I encourage you to look at them. So thank you for your time.